Victorian-Era Education by Kallan and Caroline Crafts. Charlotte Bronte was sent to school in 1824. She went to the Norwood School. Her experience at Norwood School aids in creating an accurate depiction of Jane's experiences at Lowood. She mainly learned about religion and a woman's duties because those were the focal points of educating women at the time.
The children in wealthy families did not attend Victorian schools as other students did. They would hire tutors such as a nanny and a governess. A nanny was in the child's life until the age of 6, when the governess would thus attend and tutor the children until adulthood. Girls would learn the duties of sewing, playing piano, singing, and sometimes the governess or nanny would teach them French. Boys were sent to boarding school by the age of 6, where they learned Latin, croquet, and football to increase their character.
Poor families in the early Victorian era originally had no schooling. However, throughout the era, Sunday school was introduced. These were free classes taught on Sundays to make education attainable for all class levels. However, there was a new law in 1870 that made schooling available for all class systems.
The Victorian schools were for the wealthier families, however, not the wealthiest families. Fees were charged for attendance, and due to the structure of the schools with high windows, poor air quality was created, and therefore epidemics were very common. Students would learn for 6 hours a day, and their main subjects were the 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic. They attended school from 9 a.m. to noon and then had a 2-hour lunch break, and then went back for classes from 2 p.m. to 5.
Victorian schools in city areas had very large class sizes, with up to 70 or 80 students per classroom. In village areas, class sizes were a lot smaller, but there were varied age groups, so a 6-year-old could potentially be learning in the same classroom as a 10-year-old. The lessons were lackluster and without creativity. Teachers mainly just wrote on the board, and the students would copy down exactly what they had written. These lessons focused on discipline. There were also extreme punishments, such as beating or humiliation.
The charity schools for the lowest class of society that could not afford the Victorian school fees. The lack of health care led to many epidemics, as in other schools. There was impersonal massiveness in the school due to the many rooms of discomfort, which contained over 100 pupils per classroom. A religious focus was created in Christianity, as exemplified in Jane Eyre, and the discomforting furniture was wooden desks and chairs for students to sit in.
In the Victorian era, children faced a lot of punishment at their Victorian schools because these schools had a large focus on discipline. The dunce cap was used for slower learners to humiliate them and punish them. Their actions were attributed to laziness or lack of effort rather than a learning disability, as we would see this nowadays. The whipping cane on the desk was kept by the teacher for misbehaving students, who would be beaten with it if they needed to be punished.
The Victorian era education strongly connects to Jane Eyre through the author's experience of attending Norwood. The accurate expression of events in education was depicted strongly throughout Jane Eyre due to experiences from Charlotte Bronte and her peers. A works cited.
Thank you for watching.
Have a good day, VHS.